Hello everyone, I'm Ensari. Today I will talk about I'm single for 25 years. Actually, in this video probably I would like to use another languages probably in English, but also I would like to add the Japanese language. I don't know. I will wait for that. I'm single for 25 years. Actually, it's really hard. The situation is really bad because I'm not someone very wild and very wicked. Most of the girls, like especially from Japan, girls have interest in a man who are the criminals like that. Probably because not the very criminals, because the Japanese women are very aggressive. But for example, if you are native U.S. passport holder or Germany or European passport holder, because you have more chance on the Japanese girls. The reason is they have tendency to get intention by the powerful nations like the Germany or USA. Even the USA bombed Japan. The Japanese girls like the crime, and in their culture they like the power, and most of them they want to just obtain the power. And that's the reason why most of the time, if you have a US passport, even you just fought with the Japanese girls are preferring the US nation US passport holders. The reason is they like the powerful guys, like most of them. For example, if you are thinking as an avatar, like the avatar in Avatar movie, the fire nations, the England, USA, and Japan, the three big nations, they are like something like a fire nation, even in Avatar. If you just think about the Turkey, it's the earth, and if you are thinking about the Philippines or Indonesia, they are the water nation, and if you are thinking, or if you are just think about China, they are the nature nation. Yeah, but if you are talking about Germany or Europe, they are the airbender. They are the air nation. The nations, like even the water, is like same. I'm just make a example. I also want to date with a Japanese girl, but it's really not very easy. The reason is I'm not a very tough guy. Here I'm a bit mild, not the mild. A bit, what can I say? Like I'm a someone. It's relaxed and not the mild. Is the mild that is bad. Like I'm someone middle, like not very aggressive, not very mild, and not very pure. Japanese girls are aggressive if you're just roaming in a nation, because they like to underestimate others indirectly. They like to do things indirectly. That's the reason why I'm just turning around and I was thinking about it. So Japanese nation girls are like that, but if you go to the Philippines and if you go to Indonesia, for example, let's think about Indonesia. I have more chance with the Indonesian girls or the Philippine girls, maybe Taiwanese girls. The basic reason for that, the Philippines, the Indonesian, their history is also same. Like they didn't conquer any other nation, like not the way they just invaded other nations so quickly. Maybe I need to research about it a lot. So their nations like the water nation, and they have more tendency to deal with the people, and they are open to foreigners. But the Korea, especially South Korea and North Korea, aren't very open, and they are not very friendly towards other nations. Japan is also saying the isolation period also affected them, because in their culture, Japanese people have more dominancy, and in Japanese people are first. If you are from US passport holder, you get married with Japan and you are living in USA. If the Japanese girl wants to leave you, she leaves Japan. If she come back to Japan, you are from USA, you want to see her, you want to go see her, but you cannot do that because it's not easy. You can just pass the government and go to see her. No, there are rules, and rules are just make the first Japanese nation first, Japanese people first. The reason, the rules. Okay. So, but for example, in a marriage or being a couple, if you're a couple with a Japanese girl, it's really hard because they are long for the money, and also Chinese girls also same. For example, the Chinese girls can do everything for the money. If you get married with a Chinese girl, you will understand, because their nation is starving. Like they are coming from starving nation, and they were very poor. They were very poor at that time. So that's the reason why most of the time just Chinese girls just going to USA by illegal ways, and they are just looking for new solutions. But it's not happening, and they're ending up like the job, like not the job, not most of the times, like they're doing illegal jobs in there, like because there's prostitution like that. Because also Japan, England, and USA, they are the three big nations. Just they are just working with the illegal money, the prostitution, the drugs, especially in South Korea, like the middle, and they're doing the drug because how the money comes in Japan, drugs, prostitution, mafia, and the other structures, Japan, England, and USA are the same. Even the government workers there, like they are from this kind of jobs because they know it. So they are the white places. Like, you know, if you are just from this nation, if you're from Japan, like probably they are doing together. I mean, Turkey, in the Turkey, there's tax-free, like tax evade. In the Muslim or in the Islamic countries, these things are very illegal, and they don't want to do it because in Islam we are believing God, and God will punish you if you do bad things. That's the reason why also they are doing the money laundering. Okay, money laundering. The Switzerland doing the money laundering most of the time, like this nation, just most of the third class countries members just holding their money in the Switzerland, the beat of this country, the Switzerland. No way, like it's like, for example, Nigerian people, like even the Kylie, for example, from Singapore president said that the Kai, I forgot his name, the Nigerian people doing this kind of jobs, the most of them black people that's doing this kind of jobs, because if you're going to somewhere illegal, it's the way like that. For example, Chinese girls are dependent, they are no. Chinese woman is a bit independent if I just compare him with the Japanese nation girls. Like Japanese girls are a bit doesn't want to work when they have to get married, and they want their husband to bring money. They see their husband as a wallet. But yeah, you know, if you want to date with a Japanese girl, you have a great wallet. If you're financially low, probably Japanese girls won't have interest with you. If you just think about the Chinese girls and the Philippines or Indonesian girls, it's too different. Also Thailand, I will explain it. If you're, for example, you want to date with Filipino girls. Filipino girls are caregiver. Most of the caregiver jobs is belong to Filipinos. Why? Even the Philippines, once they get married with the US passport holder or maybe European passport holder, they are just going there. They are actually also they are coming to Turkey, the Antalya or Istanbul, the big cities, or Izmir. They are trying their lucks for finding a partner. The Philippines are different. You know, after you are getting, for example, you are a US passport holder or European nation passport holder, you get married with a Filipinas. Okay. You need to check your bank account because she is sending money, most of the time, her ex-boyfriend and her family. The money, most of the time, coming to their families because the Philippines are a very poor country. Philippines are very poor, and the basic needs a family can do is just sending her to a rich husband, and the rich husband sends money to their families and her childhood boyfriend. Yeah, guys, I will explain it. Most of the time, if you are just going to Asia, if you want to get married with someone from Asia, you will understand the resources not have the equal distribution. Resources aren't distributed equally. That's the reason why you need to compete as, for example, in Japan. Because of the, in spite of the everything, like despite of everything, it's not enough because in Japan, the obtaining resources are not easy peasy. You need to compete with the other members, so it makes you more aggressive. In England, in USA, in Japan, it's also saying why is the capitalism is important so in these countries? Why? Because the resources are limited. For example, let's turn the topic to European nation and European passport holders. Okay. If you're from Germany, if you're from England, not England, I said England is wrong. Germany, Czech Republic, maybe not the Czech Republic, Germany, Poland, maybe in these countries they're like, as I mentioned, they're similar with the air nation. Like the resources are unlimited, so they have the resources more. So that's the reason why they don't have to compete with them. So capitalism isn't so high in Europe because there's equal distribution and everybody is equal there. So, for example, your social status will be middle if you go there. But in Japan, in England, in USA, because of the resources are limited, there is aristocracy, and in Turkey, the resources are so limited. Then there's a bureaucracy here, like the Weber mentioned that before. And because of the bureaucracy in these nations, it makes you under the control of the government in the third-class countries, for example, or the Middle East. If you're from Middle East, you need to be strict. You need to be just direct. You cannot just say, I want to go to Germany. I want to marry to someone who is very famous in Germany. I want to date with a girl. Guys, it's not the way, brother. You are in the Middle East. The competition is really high, even in a girl, even in the resources. So that's the reason why they are being tough. In a country, if the resources haven't got equal distribution, the people of their country being more firm, being more harsh, and the capitalism is affecting more. For example, in Japan, like, is socialism can work in Japan? No, no. Is socialism work in America? No way, brother. Even the just creation of the country is by the illegal immigrants. For example, the local German people come to America, but the local German people were prisoners, like the Australian people. Why Australian people are very aggressive? Why? Because they were the best of the prisoners. The America, the Australia, they are so aggressive. If you go there, you will understand real capitalism because they are very aggressive, very, very aggressive. The reason is they were the past prisoners, and the blood, maybe cells, just getting connection. Yeah, brother, just getting connect. But Indonesia and the Philippines are two different. Like, if you're just Indonesia, you will understand there's a little equal distribution in these islands because their culture is not dismiss you. They are not expelling you. They are just admitting you. They are not denying you. For example, Islam just went to the Indonesia, and Indonesian people just talk with the Islamic members, and they just convert to Islam. Most of them, not all the Indonesia, not all the Filipinos like that, because they can think and they can understand. They cannot judge the people directly. But if you go to Japan, they can judge you directly. For example, China. Let's think, like, if you want to date with a Chinese girl, they like the luxury items. For example, like, there are a lot of job people, like the off girls. Probably I don't recommend this industry, like the Andre Tate brothers said that. In this industry, like, it's really shit, guys. Because it's the working mafia with them. If you just get into that business, you cannot get out. For example, the Nemo Cho, for example, she was the best chess player, but she get into that industry, so she cannot go out anymore. Like, she was the best chess player. For example, other members, like, they are going to America, and even the Andre Tate brothers said that the 6% is just doing to this adult industry. Guys, I'm not a gay. I also have interest with the girls, but I will be open to, like, if I have a girlfriend, I wouldn't record it and I would date with her. It's okay. We shouldn't share our public life to everyone, the public. Like, you couldn't share your private things to public. For example, I don't give a shit about it. The money, I don't give a shit. I wouldn't get into that business, never. The reason is, even if you just get into that business, if you are politicians, for some, most of them politicians are should be very careful about that, because the mafia is working. Even the girls can hold a camera and they can record you. You cannot understand. The mafia is working in that industry, like, guys, because if you just get into that industry, yeah, maybe you can get the girl who you want, but after that you will be a tool for them, and they will use you, they will utilize you, and they will take you out. So I will be happy being a poor. Most of them, this business are like that. So not never get into that business. But in Germany or China, the habit of the mafia doesn't exist like this powerful in the capitalist countries. The capitalist countries, the mafia exists, but in this socialist countries, not because there's equal distribution and you don't have to compete with a beautiful girl. In Turkey, the capitalism is also exists and you need to compete for a beautiful girl because of the luxury items. I really get bored of living with Turkey. I'm saving money. Actually, I will buy a new passport when, after my salary is, after I withdraw my salary, I will get myself 10 years passport. I will try my luck in Germany. If someone wants to help me in Germany, I will be open for that and I will be okay with because I want to create a new life in Germany and I want a really relaxed job there. For example, just liberal job is better for me. I'm learning German nowadays and it's really tough, guys. It's really tough. Let's talk about the other girls. Like if you are just thinking about German girls, like they're middle. They are not too aggressive. They are not too pure. They understand what the man capable of, what they can do, what they cannot do. American woman is different. American woman is want to help the man and the other nations because they are also aggressive. Australian woman aggressive. Japanese woman aggressive. Indonesian woman middle. Filipinos woman middle. They listen the words. For example, if you're Filipino, if you're Indonesian, they listen the words. The Turkish members are average height of the middle. Like they listen to you, but if you do something wrong, probably Turkish nations also won't listen to you because they have own rules. We are talking about the girls. According to my opinion, wherever you go, like if you don't have money, the girls won't interest with you. But there's, as I mentioned, that the resource distribution isn't equal in Turkey. The inflation is going high day by day. It's really tough, guys. Like, I actually talk about the girls in this video, as I mentioned. That, like, I'm a Turkish and it's really tough for me for getting date with a Japanese girl. The reason is their expectation is very high, and but I will date with the Indonesian or Filipinos because they are the caregivers. For example, let's think about Thailand. Thailand is also same, like they are also waiting for strong passport holders, and if you go there, probably she can date with you and she can send money for her ex-boyfriend or her past boyfriend. Like I don't know, like it's the way like that. It's a life. What is life? Life is a life, guys. Actually, I'm applying for the scholarships for now, but I couldn't get any, so it was really tough. On the next video, I will talk about. I will talk about what? I will talk about the girls. I talk about girls, so I will talk about culture. Yeah, culture is good. I will talk about the culture again. As I mentioned, like if you just want to sum up the topic, like the Japanese girls are aggressive from the history, like Taiwanese girls. Okay. On the next video I will talk about is China belong to Taiwan or not. Okay, guys, the topic is like will be changed. Like, okay, after that video, maybe we can talk. I'll talk about Taiwanese girls. Taiwanese girls are so middle, and I think they belong to China. I know they belong to China, and like 50 of the percentage of Taiwan wants to be independent. Not 60. Like the 33 wants to be independent. 33 wants to belongs to China. 33 wants to belong to take the Japanese culture. But as I mentioned that before, they think like themselves they are real Chinese. Yeah, kind of they are real Chinese because they were representing the whole China after the World War II. But if I mention that after China noticed it being different, the mainland members, but Taiwan is using the traditionals and mainland China using simplifies. But I think if the mainland China use the traditional Chinese characters, probably the mainland the Taiwanese people can be collaborate. They can be with together because they want to. The alphabet are so same. They have a Japanese culture in Taiwan. There's a Japanese culture, but I think Japanese culture is not very powerful there, like because they want to expel the Japanese culture. Taiwanese culture like that, so they want to expel the Japanese culture. Most of the time, it's 50-50. Some of them wants to be get into the Japanese effect. Some of them wants to be into the China and the Chinese culture effect. Yeah, there's a fake culture. There's a cosplay culture in Japan, but it's not fake like the America. There are superheroes like Marvel, Spider-Man, Hercules, Superman. Like they're fake. Like they're fake heroes. There are a lot of fake heroes. Like if you go to the USA, if you go to Japan, their cosplay culture is fake. There's no culture. This is the media is showing you the media effect. They are not real guys. I hope this video will be interested for you. Maybe I will use the CapCut for translating to different languages. Yeah, it will be good. See you on the next video. I'm single for 25 years. So that's nah. I hope I will find someone.